No one could have predicted this unexpected turn of events. Not his fans, not his critics, and certainly not Kai Cenat himself. What started as a noble act of global goodwill has spiraled into a social media frenzy, turning the internet's beloved star into its latest target. In a flash, the streamer who brought happiness to millions became the subject of intense backlash, all for trying to do something beneficial. Welcome to Celebrity Cookies, where the tea is always hot and the stories come with sprinkles of surprise. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment with your take on the story. Kai Cenat has always been recognized for his boldness. From week-long streaming marathons to extravagant live shows and surprising collaborations, his brand is built on pushing limits. However, this time, his daring initiative wasn't a viral prank or a celebrity cameo. It was the creation of a school. Not in New York or Los Angeles, but in Nigeria, specifically in Makoko. This floating slum, often called the Venice of Africa, lacks the luxury associated with its namesake. Instead, it consists of a labyrinth of wooden structures built over polluted waters, housing thousands who have no access to reliable electricity, clean water, or quality education. When Kai revealed his plan to build a school for the children of Makoko, it generated significant excitement online. This was no small endeavor, an influential American streamer using his platform to uplift an underprivileged African community. It was more than just charity, it was about leaving a lasting impact. Initially, the announcement was met with enthusiasm. Fans rallied behind him, Nigerian viewers expressed their appreciation, and the diaspora celebrated his initiative. Major media outlets like Dexerto even covered the story, adding credibility to the project. By December 2024, reports indicated that construction had officially begun, and during one of his live streams, Kai confirmed that the project was progressing. However, the internet can be unpredictable. It didn't take long for the same voices that once applauded him to become skeptical. What started as murmurs turned into tweets, and soon Kai was facing allegations of fabricating the entire project. The internet demanded answers, and they wanted them fast. The question, "Where's the school?" quickly became a trending topic. A tweet on April 26, 2025, reignited the controversy. It's been 6 months. Kai Cenat still hasn't given a single update on the school he promised to build in Nigeria. This tweet went viral, racking up over 5.6 million views. Just like that, the narrative shifted. Forget that Kai had previously shared videos of the construction's early stages back in December. Forget that international building projects, especially those involving overwater construction in developing countries, are complex, time-consuming, and often face delays. The internet wasn't interested in context, it craved drama. What followed was a whirlwind of accusations. Some people labeled the project a scam, while others claimed that Kai had taken a $100,000 donation from the NFL meant for the school. Critics demanded evidence to support their claims. Memes ridiculing him began to spread, and most concerning was the fact that few seemed interested in the actual details. The real issue wasn't fraud, it was the perception of inaction. Kai, who was busy managing nonprofit logistics, coordinating contractors, and navigating the complexities of international development, wasn't providing daily updates. He didn't share every detail or document the necessary paperwork. This absence of content became a story in itself. In today's digital age, if you don't consistently showcase your efforts, people assume you're guilty. Mr. Beast, another prominent philanthropist, has pointed out this very problem. He noted that doing good online doesn't always lead to a positive response. It can even invite criticism. Why? Because people expect perfection and immediate results. When those expectations aren't met, they don't seek clarification, they assign blame. For Kai, the consequences were swift. He was quickly labeled a scammer. Some supporters unsubscribed, and the comment sections turned hostile. Media outlets began publishing speculative articles. Once your name trends for negative reasons, it becomes nearly impossible to repair the damage. However, critics missed a crucial point. Kai had been working diligently behind the scenes the entire time. The land had been cleared, structures were being prepared, and contractors were hired. Yes, the project faced challenges, including significant storm damage that delayed foundational work. This wasn't about laziness or deceit. It was simply the reality of construction in a challenging environment. Makoko is not just any area, it's an informal settlement with limited government oversight. Building there is complicated, requiring navigation through local politics, environmental issues, and unpredictable weather. Kai wasn't just throwing money at the problem and walking away. He was actively involved in documenting everything for a comprehensive video he planned to release once the project was complete. But the internet didn't wait, and in their haste, they created a misleading narrative. As for the $100,000 NFL donation, it wasn't money given directly to Kai. It was funneled through a registered nonprofit he works with. Furthermore, there is absolutely no evidence that it was misused. But good luck trying to explain that in a quote tweet. The internet doesn't value nuance, it thrives on outrage. In Elon Musk's iteration of X, formerly Twitter, outrage equates to profit. Accounts that thrive on engagement often do so by provoking controversy, prioritizing clicks over accuracy. A viral claim can generate more advertising revenue than a mundane clarification. Thus, when a tweet alleging that Kai had absconded with school funds gained traction, it was not merely misinformation, it was profit-driven falsehood. This is the situation creators now encounter. To do something positive, it must be done swiftly, publicly, and flawlessly or not at all. Kai is familiar with pressure. He has navigated streaming competition, faced platform bans, and recovered from controversies. However, this incident was particularly challenging because it targeted his integrity rather than his work. He tried to help, but the public deemed his efforts inadequate. In response, he opted to demonstrate rather than explain. A recent update video showcased the current state of the school project. The foundation was laid, workers were on site, and while there were obstacles, progress was clear. Unfortunately, this update only reached a fraction of the audience that saw the initial accusations, 800,000 views compared to 5.6 million. This gap underscores the issue at hand. So, what can we take away from this? First, for creators, be mindful of your commitments. It's not that you can't deliver, but the internet often disregards gradual progress. It craves updates, clicks, and instant satisfaction. If your timeline doesn't meet their expectations, you risk losing their support. Second, for fans, take your time before forming judgments. Building anything, especially overseas, requires patience. Not every project will have weekly updates. Sometimes, the most significant advancements happen behind the scenes, and that's perfectly fine. Third, for platforms, consider halting the promotion of outrage. When false claims gain traction while corrections do not, you're not promoting truth, you're fostering chaos. For Kai, this experience was a wake-up call, not to abandon his charitable efforts, but to change his approach. He may need to operate more discreetly and strategically, with less transparency and more confidentiality. This isn't due to any desire to hide, but because the internet often views generosity with skepticism. This is a disappointing but necessary shift. Moving forward, creators might opt to wait until projects are fully completed before announcing them, thus avoiding backlash, clickbait, and questions like "Where's the school?" If Kai had remained silent and revealed a finished school, he would have been hailed as a hero. However, by engaging his fans early, he became a target when progress seemed to slow. This illustrates the reality of being a digital philanthropist in 2025. It's not just about giving, it's about managing perceptions. A single misstep in this regard can lead to cancellation. Kai hasn't been completely cancelled. His fans remain supportive, his commitment is clear, and his motives are genuinely positive. Nonetheless, this event signifies a crucial shift, highlighting that being in the spotlight can be risky, that public endeavors can be unstable, and that good intentions often face backlash, particularly if they don't gain immediate attention. The Makoko School is likely to be finished soon, providing benefits for children. However, many of those who questioned Kai may overlook this. They will have already moved on to the next controversy, cancellation, or algorithm victim. And perhaps that is the true tragedy. We are in a time where taking action is often eclipsed by the desire for attention. Accusations spread quickly, while the truth struggles to keep pace. Kind gestures are frequently met with doubt, and patience is often seen as a weakness. Yet, if anyone has the ability to shift this narrative, it could be Kai Cenat. If this school opens, and it will, he will have achieved what most streamers don't even attempt. he will have made a significant difference, not for the sake of views or fame, but because he identified a problem and took steps to solve it. That should be celebrated, not condemned. But only time and the next viral tweet will determine if the internet agrees. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on the story.